Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, being that I've got this rather gorgeous Sinn 103 DIAPAL in from my friends over at First Class Watches of Kenilworth, I thought it'd be a really good time to compare it to my 103 here, because there is a substantial price difference between the two. There is in fact €1,000 price difference between this one and this one. Now, only you can tell me if it's worth it, but let me explain what you get. First things first, this is my old, that's got to be 15 or 16-year-old 103 here. Now, this is, in all intents and purposes, the entry-level 103. It is just a simple, honest chronograph, where over here, this is pretty, in steel, this is the range topping model. And as I say, a €1,000 price difference. Now, let's see what you get for that €1,000. Things first, the 103 is a classic from Sinn. It is basically their 41mm chrono, because both these watches are 41mm, a thickness, now I know you're all going to whinge, at 17mm, and the lug-to-lug 47.5, and both carry the same 20mm bracelet. There are variations available for both of these bracelets in fine link or straps, or however you wish to go. Now, when I talk about thickness, that's top of glass to glass. If you actually go from steel to steel, it's about 13.5mm, so it's not so bad at all. Now, on this watch here, we have a simple, solid chronograph here. So, as you can see, this is the regular time here. And if I unscrew this, click, we've got the chronograph started. So, how you read the chronograph here is you have this, as this does one full rotation, this will jump across one. And that's your minutes for your chronograph or your stopwatch. Now, these are the hours for it. This dial over here is your basic running seconds time for your two hands there, your regular timekeeping. So nice and simple, nothing too complicated, but it does look nice and kind of nice over here. On this model, we do have a day-date complication. So when we start looking at the more expensive model, we have a bit more going on here. So again, we have the chronograph. Let's start that. The reason they have these on here, they don't really need them per se anymore, but it's an old-fashioned way to basically stop you pressing this if there's any moisture on the watch. You don't want to accidentally press it, because the pressing of that can cause water to go into the movement. But nowadays, to be fair, Sinn use their D3 system, and you could even press it underwater, it won't be a problem. But it's kind of in keeping with the past. Now, as you can see, we've got the chronograph running there, and then we have the same going on here. So we have the minutes for the chronograph, the hours, and that's your running time for your standard timekeeping. But you might notice on this one, we have this skeleton hand here. And what that is a second time zone. So to read that, all you do is do your normal minutes, 33 minutes past, and think of it as a, if it's in the morning, that's obviously 33 minutes past 7. If it's the evening, then go to military time, and that'll be 34 minutes past 1900 hours. So there you go. So you do get a second time zone on there. Now, you only get on this one a date. You don't get the day. Now, personally, I do prefer that. Now, there's obviously more bits and pieces on this dial versus this. Now, all we have on this is automatic, but on this one, we have what's called DIAPAL. Now, to keep it as simple as possible, the escapement, the bit where if you listen to your watch here, tick, 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 has oil on there. Only a tiniest bit of oil. Now, when that oil dries out, it's basically not good for the watch. So on this, it actually has a dry lubrication system, which means they give you a slightly longer warranty. So you get 5 years on this watch, I believe, versus two years on this one. So It is actually a little bit different. Now you also get what's called AR on this. Now this AR is an option on this watch. As you can see on the side here, we have a blue copper sulfite crystal. On the side of this one, we just have a screw, which looks, to be fair, a little bit ugly. If I was going to design that myself, I would put a hex key in which matches that, so it actually looks kind of in keeping. But what that means is it stops your watch from potentially fogging up. Now, the only reason it fogs up because you already have moisture in the watch if you've got oxygen there. So if there's a big temperature change, you can get moisture build up under the dial. And obviously that isn't desirable. Not only to possibly, you know, fog the watch up, but also moisture against the oils. Obviously water and oil do not mix. So, but as I say, it is an option. The option to have it fitted to this is approximately €200. So then you're bringing the price down to €800. So for that €800, you're getting the DIAPAL technology and you're getting a second time zone. Now, you know, there's still more to come, so that's not bad. Both watches feature 200 meters of water resistance to them, and both of them house this nice H-link bracelet. Both are available on fine link, I believe, and you can fit obviously any straps you want to on this. Now, both watches are to within chronometer specs. So what I mean by that is no more than -4 or +6 seconds a day. Now, in the back of this one, let me show you this first. It's easy to do. Now, the movement in the back of this, being that it's an old watch, is the original ETA 7750. It's a solid movement. Automatic, as you can see, the rotor spinning around there, that will power the watch. I think in this watch is about 42 hours of power reserve. Now, this watch features the, what's it called? The I've got to remember it, LJP 8000. And what that is a variation. Basically, companies can't buy the movement in the back of that anymore. So there's other companies basically copying it. And this is what that movement is. But in the back of this, it features a column wheel, which again is a little bit of, you can only really feel the difference when you press these pushers, but it's much better technology, I think, anyway. So you're getting, for your money, you're getting obviously a different coloured dial, different bezel, GMT function, and DIAPAL AR, the full works on this one. But you do lose the date. I personally prefer it with just the date on there. I think it looks a little bit cleaner and nicer, but that's just my point of, my feelings on this. So what would you go for? I say both of them also, both of them have got captive bezels, both have low pressure rating, both are 200 meter capable divers. And so really what you get is that extra tech. So do you think it's worth it? I think it's rather cool, this one. Very, very cool. Both are very nice watches, but let me know in the comments which one you'd pick for the price. Okay then guys, all the best, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.